Nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are back to our reading of Shanti Gita, and that is the chapter 7, the last chapter. And we finished the advice of Bhagavan Krishna to Arjuna, and last few instructions are highly Vedantic advice given. So if you can put the my mask is good. And, yeah, that will be safety for all. So last few verses we read that when you give up all the three states of your existence, the waking state, dream state, and sleep state, then you will reach that place where there is a veil, and ignorance is the last veil. And then there will be a knowledge will come where your pragya, your wisdom, that I am a knower of God, this idea will come. And when that idea of I am a knower, that wisdom is also you can discard, then remains the ultimate truth. And there in 36th verse we read, Na shabda sravanang na api. There neither the sound or the sense organ is there. Na rupam, there is no form, and no one to see the form. Darshanam tatha. Bhavo bhavo naivo navai kinchi. There is no idea of existence and non-existence. What is there? We cannot say anything. It is sadeva. It is. What is, that is. You cannot say. So you cannot define it. So it is that. And no kinchana. There is nothing else but that. But we have to practice that with this sastha chetana, susuksmayadhya, with the intellect, very finer than the finest of the intellect, sharp intellect which is purified intellect. By that, sarupam buddhva, and realizing your own self, sastha chetanaha, you be established in your consciousness. We are reading this, momentarily our mind may say this is true, but it does not stay there, come down. Even you have a little glimpse of that experience, but the moment it is there, it drops down. But it is said, no, use your sharp intellect, finer intellect, and that through that intellect you try to penetrate through this veil and reach that state and stay on there, which is your own self. You are not to depend on something. We all depend on something outside always. But it is not so. It is you, what is your own self. Stay established in that self. And buddho gyaneno linayang jat shuddha sarupakam. Jat tat shuddha sarupakam. When this buddhi, this understanding, this also will be absorbed or lost into that lino, in the jnana, in the wisdom, then that shuddha sarupa, the ever pure, stainless nature, that will be just that which is your sarupakam, that will be, you absorb, you dissolve yourself, dissolve your body mind idea, dissolve your idea of your ego idea, and dissolving it, and you're knowing that I am a Brahma Jnani, I have known the truth. Even that, when you dissolve, then you become Suddha Sarupaka. You become that. You become the ocean. No more the identity of the drop or the bubble or the moon wave or the whatever different expression of that same duality will totally collapse. Uh, it's a total collapse of all our identities into that self which is our eternal self. And they're saying so, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, O Arjuna, iti te kathitam taktam. This is the tattva, means the truth, which is sarabhutam, which is the essence of all scriptures, and which is the shubho asaya, which is the abode of all auspiciousness, which is the abode of all auspiciousness, which is the essence of everything, that absolute truth, iti te kuchitam. I have told you about that. And Sokumoho Toinasti, your son has been killed. Who is your son? Who is killed? If there is only one, who is the killer? Who is the killing? Where is the knowledge of separation? Where is your son? You yourself. When you are absorbed in your own self and established in your own spiritual nature, essential nature, then Sukumho Toi Nasti. The question, the entire book started with that I am in bereavement because Arjuna has lost his son Abhimanyu in the war. And that was, he was killed by 7 great warriors unethically. All attack at a time and without weapon. That is not the rule of the war. You should not touch anyone who is without weapon. Anyhow, so that soka is now gone. Toi nasti, it is not yours. It is to your mind, it is to your emotional area you are affected. You are bereaving for your son. Bereavement is a natural thing for us. No? But you are that essential spiritual Satchidananda yourself. So, Soko Toi Nasti, Moho Toi Nasti. There is no bereavement, there is no delusion. Because in delusion you thought all this. Then what you are? Shuddha Rupo Siniskalaha. You are of the nature of Shuddha, stainless, pure nature. That is your real nature. And you are Niskala. You are without any parts. This is the last verse of the teachings of Bhagavan. Now, the Shantabrata, the Rishi, he is telling, now narrator is that. He is telling Shantabrata. Narrator is telling the story of Shantabrata. Shantabrata told the story of this conversation. So, story within the story within the story. But anyhow, what Shantabrata was, 39, we are reading today, 39. Shrutva proktam Vasudevena Shrutva proktam Vasudevena Partho Hitva Shakting Maiki Ubhava. Shrutva proktam Vasudevena Partho Hitva Shakting Maiki Asattarupe. That's it. Shrutva proktam Vasudevena Partho Shrutva proktam Vasudevena Partho Hitva Shakting Maike Asattarupe Hitva Asakting Maike Asattarupe Taktva Sarvam Shokasantapajalam Taktva Sarvam Shokasantapajalam Gatva Tattvam Sarabhutam Kritartha Gatva Tattvam Sarabhutam Kritartha. So Sutta means listening to this message. Proktam, what has been said by Vasudeva, by Bhagavan Krishna, to Partha, the Arjuna. So, Sutta, listening what Vasudeva, Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, What has he told to Partha the Arjuna? Arjuna listening that hitva asakti, he give up or it dropped. Asakti, the attachment. Attachment comes up out of what? Attachment always comes from Maya, ignorance. See, in the world, who is my own? We do not have any knowledge when we are born. No? A child is born, he knows not who is his own, who is not own. No? And growing in a environment, he knows he's my friend, he's my mom, he's my dad, uncle, auntie. All these relationship come, no? Who is what? What is the connection before? Who was my uncle and auntie, brother, sister, cousin? All this relationship we are setting up. When we are born into the mind of innocent child, nothing was there. And it has been created and some idea because mom said that, dad said that, and they say, "He's your uncle." I said, "He's my uncle." So this has been no solid ground of connection with anybody. Spiritually, we are connected with everybody, but physically, our connections sometimes some friends connection with some friend becomes so deep rather than your own brother and sister. We do that, spiritual friendship. Our monks, our devotees, they become much more our own rather than our own mom, dad, brother, sister, where they're gone. No? So it is happening in our ignorance that I am separate from you. I am born here, I am grown here, I have my education here. This is my identity, special identity. And your identity is that. And in that relationship we create. But where is that ashakti? And then we get attached. I get attached to the people I love. If I hear that something has happened to someone, I don't care. Read the newspaper. How many people are killed that the day before yesterday where there was a gunshot, no? How many people are killed? Okay, it is a news to me. But my asakti, if I know someone I love and he has been victim there, then and I want to call and I want to take note of it. Where is the hospital? Where is that person? How is going on? But why not I'm inquiring about others? This is called the asakti attachment, where I create a relationship. And that relationship is all fictitious, created by our forgetting our real nature. If we go to our real nature, then we are connected with everyone. But we are separated from that because we are dwelling in the level of duality or ignorance. So now Bhagavan Krishna gave this advice to Arjuna. And there, hitva asukting maike asatyarupe. He gave up, listening the words, fiery words from the mouth of Lord Krishna. He gave up asakti, attachment, maike, in this maya, in the objects of the maya, in the Mayic world, which is asatya rupe. It is not. This is not the reality. This is the reality. Really, it's a fictitious thing. Really, Maya is so. We try to understand Maya, but Maya is so clear that all thing everything is fictitious. Suppose I am here, I am serious about what is happening here. No. Suppose if I go to London, what is happening in London Center? That's I'm serious about there. I go to New Jersey Center, what is going on there is serious. So how fictitious is our attachment or reaction or action when we are present in an environment and we pay that as true for me and that I get attached, I get detached, I get angry, I get upset. All these things are happening. It is fictitious. That's why it's called Maya. And when you are out of that place, you forget that. Now, what is happening in New York, I am not concerned, but those people are there. They are feeling the good and bad experiences, the cold and heat, whatever is going on, snow or whatever. So, hitva asakting, giving up the attachment, and attachment which is maike, which is of the nature of Maya. And what is Maya? Which is not true. Maya shows us that which is not Yama. That definition of Maya is given in Sanskrit. Yama Samaya. Ya, that which is Ma, is not there. That which is not there, but appears to be there. See, this world is not there in the eyes of a Brahmajnani or a person sleeping now. A person who is sleeping, maybe someone comes and sleeps here, and I am awake and I am doing something. One person is sleeping. For that person, the world is not there. For the person who is awake, it is there. So that's why it is called Yama. Actually, it is not there. If it is true, it should be all the time there. You may say, oh, all the time the world is there, you don't know. I am concerned about me. All experience is subjective, no? So for me, it is now here. I go to dream, it disappears. And I dream becomes true. And then I go to sleep, and sleep becomes true. And what is true? There is nothing of this gross world, neither of your tension, anxieties, worries, love, hatred, attachment, detachment, everything is gone. They are not gone. They hide and keep somewhere hidden. And as soon as we wake up, they spring up. Like the Ramakrishna story, the snake, what do you call that? Sin waits on the top of the trees on the bank of the Ganga. And when you enter into the Ganga, the sin leaves you and goes on the top of the trees. And as soon one comes out and again enters into it. So this is our experience every day. So that is asatta. That's why it is not satta. Satta is that, it's called trikala abadhita. What is the definition of truth? Truth is that which was there in the past, which is here now, and which will be afterwards. So it is the same thing in the three periods of time, unchanged, unadulterated. So that Asatyarup, this whatever this we are seeing in this awakened state, it is all Maya, because it is not the ultimate form. It is not, what you call, just nothing, but it is something my mind is interpreting as something else. The gross example, the snake and the rope. I am feeling the snake, but it is not snake. The snake is asatta, unreal. But rope is satta. I am looking at the rope and calling me it as snake in darkness. Darkness is the ignorance. In ignorance, I am creating all this diversity, but in reality, it is the snake, a rope, that is Satchidananda. There is nothing but one reality. So he says, Taktva hitva asakting maike asaktarupe, taktva sarvam, giving up all shoka santapujalam, the net of shoka, bereavement, santapo, lamentation, no? When one loses his son, how much is the suffering, no? But this, with this knowledge, Arjuna went away, all left, gave up, or all those left him, as it were. Knowledge always removes the darkness. So taktva sarvam sukusantapujalam gyatva tattva sarabhutam. Knowing the tattva, the truth, which is sarabhuta, which is the essence, essential knowledge of the Atman, he become kritartha, he become fully satisfied, fully back to his own self. So, after listening to what was spoken by Vasudeva, Krishna, Arjuna then giving up attachment to the unreal objects in the form of cosmic ignorance, Maya, and letting go of the entire web of sorrow and anguish. Arjuna then, realizing the essential truth, become accomplished, fulfilled, satisfied. That is the goal of life. All this suffering, all these achievements, all these failures in life is a one goal to understand this is wrong interpretation of my mind, showing things which are not really there. There is God, there is divine, but my mind is interpreting it in so many ways. This is my friend, this is my enemy, I hate him, I like him, I this and that. All these dualities play, and its consequences, attachment and aversion, all this just dropped when you know the truth. So Arjuna got the wisdom, knowledge of that truth. So he became accomplished, he became perfected, he becomes fully contented and satisfied. Then what he did? Krishnang pranammo atha vinita bhavoi. Krishnam pranamya atha vinita bhavoi. Dhatva hridistham vimalam prasannam. Dhatva hridistham vimalam prasannam. Provacho bhaktya vachanena partha. Provacho bhaktya vachanena partha. Kritanjalir bhavo bharena namraha. Kritanjalir bhavo bharena namraha. Naturally, the consequence is this: Arjun was now fulfilled. Naturally, he is very grateful. Grateful to whom? Bhagavan Krishna, because he has taken away this total misunderstanding about the world and our all attachments and all sufferings because of ignorance or maya. So he has given the wisdom to conquer maya. And conquering maya, he became fully satisfied and contented. Then naturally, as a grateful, obedient student, he says, Krishnang pranamya. Then he saluted the Lord Krishna. Atho binito bhave. Then, very in a humble way, with all humble mood, that was hridistam, meditate, he started meditating in his heart, hridistam in the heart. That term is meditating. Meditating in the heart, vimalam prasannam, that absolutely stainless, perfectly peaceful, uh, that divine form of Narayana Krishna. Kritanjali Bhavena. Provacho Bhaktya. He started saying, Bachanena, this type of statement. Arjuna now started praising and praying the Lord Krishna with folded palm, Kritanjali Bhava Bharenanam, with all humility, all his devotion, he started saying these few words to Bhagavan Krishna. Huh? So Krishnang Pranama, thereafter, having saluted with humility and then meditated upon that stainless and serene Krishna who is residing in the heart, Partha Arjuna, folding his palms with devotion and bent by the weight of emotion, he spoke the following words. He started saying the few prayers. And it's a beautiful prayer about the glory of Bhagavan Krishna. Like In the Bhagavad Gita also we find the similar type of phrase and just the glory of the who is Lord, who is Krishna. So Arjuna watched. What Arjuna said? Arjuna said, Tamadya Rupa Purusha Puranaha Tamadya Rupa Purusha Puranaha Naveda Veda Stavasar Tattvam Naveda Veda Stavasar Tattvam Aham न जाने किमु बच्मि कृष्ण अहम न जाने किमु बच्मि कृष्ण नमामि सर्वान्तरसं प्रतिष्ठम नमामि सर्वान्तरसं प्रतिष्ठम तमाद्य रूप you are of the nature of eternal and the root, you are the root of everything. This is the verse number 41. Tamato Purusha. You are the Adya you are the primordial form. And a Purusha is the primordial consciousness, supreme being, Purusha. You are Purana, you are the ancient one. No one is more ancient than you because everything, he is the beginning. From him everything came. So he is the ancient reality, ancient truth. Purana, ancient. Na Veda, Vedaha. Even Vedas don't know you. That means Vedas do not know the origin of it. Vedas are experiences of the sages, but they have expressed the inexpressible truth. That's why Vedas do not know your beginning. How they will know the beginning? If you find the beginning, then you find the end. And if you find the beginning and end, that becomes a limited object. So that's why it's called Veda, Avida, Bhavanti. When one knows the supreme nature of the divine, for that person, Veda, Aveda Bhavanti. These Vedas, which is the highest wisdom, which has the experience of the sages, become meaningless. It is no value. Experience of oneness, when you express through the language, it becomes always limited, distorted. Any experience, any experience you express, try to express, it is always distortion, is it not? Suppose you get a good food, like you got some ice cream, good ice cream. And if I ask you what is this ice cream like, what will you say? You will try to express that. Its flavor is good, this is taste is like that, this, that. But what do I understand by that? It is only you are talking few words. Are you expressing what you felt? What you exactly felt you cannot express. This is the weakness of our material object, which five senses give us the touch of it. What the question which is transcendental? Who will describe that? Who will understand? Who will find the beginning of it? Who will find the end of it? That's why the Arjuna says, you are the ancient supreme being of primordial form. Tam Adyarupa Purushaha, Purana, the ancient. There is no one more ancient than God, the Lord. Naveda Vedastavashara Tattam. The Vedas do not know your essential reality. What is your essential nature? No? They try to describe, but all description is limited. And when spiritual experience comes, how will you express that? Rabindranath Tagore has a line. সে কথা কেমনে করিব প্রকাশ বসে রব যবে আনব না এই সংসার বাতায়ন পথে বসে রব যব আনব না. That means when I experience you, how shall I express that? then I'll be like a dumb person, overwhelmed with that spirit of joy. I'll be just sitting, just absorbed in that. Ramakrishna. When he's talking, he's much down to our level. He says 10 cubits in his own language. I come down 10 cubits to say, drink water. I will drink water. To say that, his mind has to come from that flight down, 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 down. So who will describe that? Where is there? No language goes there. Bhashana, ba,
পথিক পথিক সেও দেখে যাবে মন মুগ্ধ পানে তোমার
hmm?
পথিক পথিক সেও দেখে যাবে মন মুগ্ধ পানে তোমার
See, so only that expression is impossible to tell, and no one has ever successful. Swami Vivekananda in this song of Samadhi, when he says everything is going, and then ultimately he speaks about that this everything is vanishing, and then he said, Abang manasa gocharam bujhe pran bujhe jar nahi surya naki eta konta arupu. Anyhow, so when everything, when disappears, Surya, the sun, moon, stars, galaxies are all gone. The whole universe is vanishing into the void, no? Yeah, here comes the void theory, Shunyavad. Ultimate truth is not void, but this is the point of voidness. This universe as we see, that is void. But is it void? Upanishad also says it is not void. And here, Swami Vivekananda says, there is something which is beyond Bach, speech, mind and intellect, no? But only that person who have the experience, he understands. No one can understand that. But whenever you say anything, you are far off from the experience. Your personal experience. Suppose you went to a holy place and you felt something. And that you went to an old church or you went to an old place of pilgrimage and you felt something. If I say, how do you enjoy it? I cannot express. And that's the normal language comes. It is such an experience. I'm overwhelmed. You say a few words, overwhelmed. I was very happy. What does it mean? Very happy, well overwhelmed. I could not believe that type of joy I can get it anytime. These are only talk. What do I understand by that? So it cannot be made other people to understand. It is only who have the experience, that person can say. That's why Ramakrishna's call, you test yourself. Realize God yourself. Others, hearing from others, is a more confusion comes. That's why it is said, don't read books written by anyone and everyone. Only read the books of the realized people. Because they have realized and they can describe at least close to their experience. But if the person who have never had gone there and they want to describe that city, what will be the... Yes. In my uncle's house, there is a cow shed and there are many horses in the cow shed. He has no idea cow shed cannot contain a horse. It needs bigger structure. And but that's why the confusion comes. It's Ramakrishna said in the gospel, that there was Samadhayi, one gentleman. He is giving the sermon. God is dry. We have to give some syrup of love. Add some syrup of love to make it juicy. Hare, God is all dry. So this is the point. Ramakrishna, that's why he says to eat the mango. Taste it for yourself. And Upanishad also inspires us to have your own buddhi suddhi. So what we are here. You are the Adya Purusha, primordial uh, reality, primordial form. Purusha, you are the conscious entity, Purano, the ancient one. Now Vedaha. The Vedas, four Vedas, do not know you, who you are. Tabasara Tattva, your real nature. And Aham na jane, Kimu Bachmi Krishna, oh Krishna, I am an ordinary person. I also do not know. What shall I talk about you? Hmm? Ah, and then in the Shiva Mahimno, it is given that God's glory cannot be described. Yeah. So he says like that in uh, with the mountain Himalaya and becomes the ink tablet, and the ocean becomes the ink pot and water. In early days, we are old timers, we know. Ink tablets we used to, in our childhood used to use, put in a ink pot with the water. That example is given here. If the ink pot like the ocean, can you imagine how big is the concept? The whole ocean, seven seas, suppose that is the pot and the water. And whole Himalayan mountain range of all Himalayan peaks is like a tablet. And you just make it into the water and it becomes ink. And now you are writing the glory of Lord Shiva. So you, Mother Saraswati, is a writer. Mane, she is the knowledge, giver of knowledge. And the heavenly tree that is named Parijat Brikshari, that it will never, that is ordinary pen, you write after some time, the tip of the pen will be lost, no? But this will be not lost. It is Himalaya in the high heaven, heavenly tree, and you sharp it. In early days, we used to make the pen by cutting the edge of the what you call twig and make it sharp and make a pen. So, if that is the Parijata Bhiksha, the heavenly tree, and Mother Saraswati starts writing the glory, O Lord Shiva, and what page? These are the papers. But the whole, think of the whole uh, wall, no, the ground of the earth becomes the page. He starts writing from South America to North America to all the lands of India and all the countries and all the land, and that is the paper. It mother goes on and goes on writing for eternity. Tadapi tavo mahima nang parang na jane. Oh, oh Shiva, na, your glory cannot be expressed. So that's why Brahman cannot be expressed by. So Vedas are expressions, but close to the reality, because those who have seen, they are trying to express. But seeing something himself, yourself, and expressing in words to make someone feel that, you can give little closeness to your ideas, but you cannot do anything. How you felt inside. Now, aham na jane. Oh, Arjuna is saying, I do not know Krishna. Kimu bachmi Krishna. What shall I tell about your glory, O Krishna? Namami, I salute you. Sarvantara Sangpratishtam. This much I know. You are residing, you are established in the heart of everything, every created being. Ah, that is the same story. Ramakrishna on the 1st of January, remember that story? When Girish goes, Ramakrishna asked, what did you find in me that you talk so much about me, that I am incarnation, etc.? Then what he said? Oh, Balmiki, Vyas or Balmiki could not describe, they wrote so much about Rama's life, Krishna's life, no? But they could not complete, they could not express what they wanted to say. And I am ordinary a playwright person, Girish. Maybe I write something, but how shall I express what you are? The same question. This you can match with that. And Ramakrishna went into Samadhi, and coming down, he touched everyone. And everyone got illumined. কি আর বলি, what more shall I say? তোমরা সব চৈতন্য হও. You all become aware of your own self, who you are. See, that's why 41 verse says that you are the ancient supreme being of primordial form. The Vedas do not know your essential reality, O Krishna. What then shall I say? I do not know anything. I simply salute you, the one who remains established in the hearts of all. This much I know, that you remain in the heart of all, so I salute you, O Krishna. Any question has come? No question today. Okay, so then I can go another verse, 42. तमेव विश्वोद्भवकारणं सत् तम एव विश्व उद्भवकारणं सत् समाश्रयस्तं जगत प्रसिद्धः समाश्रयस्त्वं जगत प्रसिद्ध अनन्तमूर्तिर्वरदः कृपालुः अनन्तमूर्तिर्वरदः कृपालुः नमामि सर्वान्तरसं प्रतिष्ठं नमामि सर्वान्तरसं प्रतिष्ठं.
You can announce that all these four verses 39 to 42.
Yeah, it is all given on the
No.
all,
It is given in the Voice of Vedanta channel, YouTube.org, because Vedanta or nobody is there to write it down. So Voice of Vedanta, if they go, they can see
Okay.
the verse.
So if you go to the Voice of Vedanta YouTube channel, then you can get all these verses there. You can get the original verses. Because there is no book as such. This book is not available. It's not printed. There's only one old edition we found in Bengali, very old edition. And it has never been translated. So that's why you can get all the verses mentioned, or you can find on the what you call the screen. So it says Tameva Vishwadbhava Karanam Sat. You are Tam Evo, you are verily, you are only Vishwa Udbhava, origin of the universe. You are the source from which the universe has come out. Udbhava Karanam is the cause. You are the cause, and you are the source from which this whole universe has come. Samasrayatam Jagata Prasiddha. You are Samasrayatam. Samasrayatam means one who is the best of refuge. Everyone comes up to you, that's why you are this refuge of all. See, all the waves and ripples, think about that in the ocean. All the waves and ripples is sheltered where? On the ocean itself. So you are like ocean from which everything has come, and you are the support and refuge of all creation. Samasrayastam. Jagata Prasiddha. You are known into the world of existence as existence. No? You are known as existence, that's why, in the world. Anantamurti. Your form is infinite. Everyone has a limited form, but every form is your form. Anantamurti. Barada, you are always full of blessings. Kripalu, ocean of compassion. Namami, I salute you. Sarva Antara Sankratishtam. I salute you, O Krishna, who you reside in the hearts of all created beings. Sarvantara Pratishta. So, you are verily the origin of the universe, the real existence. You are renowned in the world, very much known in the world as reality. the best refuge of all. You are of the infinite form. You are the bestower of boons and full of compassion. I salute you, the one well established in the hearts of all. So these are actually these are good verses for meditation. When you think of your, we normally think of our Ishta Devata, no? Maybe you're Krishna, someone is Ishta is Rama, someone is Ramakrishna, someone is Christ. They can just put these descriptions there and we can chant and think about that. Tad artha bhavanam. So what is the meaning of the what is the meaning of Ramakrishna? Ramakrishna is not a man. Christ is not a man. Though they appeared in the physical frame, but they are the truth principle. Krishna is standing before Arjuna, and Arjuna is praying to Krishna, saying, "You are the cause of the origin of this whole universe. Vishwaudbhava Karanam. You are the primordial cause from which the whole universe has come. You are the Sat, essential truth. And Samasvayatam, everything has its refuge in you. That means you are the substratum upon which whole universe stands. ওই আমাদের উপনিষদ says তজ্জলান তজ্জলান iti tatja tadalan taditi. The whole universe has come from Tat, means that Brahman. Tat Ja. Ja means Jata, created. From that comes this whole universe. Tad alone stands and plays and dances on that ocean itself. And when dancing is over, they drop into the ocean, merge into the ocean. So it is ocean in the form of name and form. That's why it is you only. And you play on it and you merge in it. So Tajjalan iti. Therefore, Upanishad says Shanto Upasito. Therefore, what is our duty? Be calm and try to worship that reality, that which is the one absolute and which is every creation has come out of that. Everything is singing and dancing and playing. All this play of drama going on here. And when play is over, again it drops into the substratum, that is the ocean. 10 minutes are there. Huh?
One question is there.
Okay. Another verse is we can say this also, let me see. Badami kinte shavishesha tattvam Badami kinte shavishesha tattam Najane kinchit tava marma gudham Najane kinchit tava marma gudham Tameva srishti sthitinashakarta Tvameva srishti sthitinashakarta Namami sarvan tara Sampratistham Namami Sarvan Tarasam Pratishtham Najani Kinchit. I do not know. Najane. I do not know. What I do not know? Tabu Namami Namami Najan Bada na Kyula?
নজানে কিঞ্চিৎ তব মর্ম গূঢ়ম।
I do not know your
No. I am Najani. No, I forgot. Badami Kinte. No. First is Badami. I missed one line. Badami Kinte Shabishesha Tattvam. What shall I say with all details? What is your real nature? How can I say? Kim, how? Te, to you. Badami, shall relate or say. Shabishesha Tattvam. What is your truth? Huh? With all details. How shall I say that? I do not know. Najane kinchit tavo marma gudham. I do not know the marma gura, the essential nature of yours. What is the embedded truth within? Not How can I know? I see you a human being. You're standing before me, giving advice, like Ramakrishna, walking in the street, Christ walking in the streets. How many people recognize that he is God himself? He's an ordinary man, looks like ordinary man, and they have been crucified also. So how can I know kinchit tabu marmo gudam? What is your marmo means the essential meaning. Marmo is the mystery or the secret. What is your secret? Tamevo Srishti Sthiti Nasakarta. This much I have understood. That you are verily the Sthiti, the creation, Srishti, creation, Sthiti, existence, and destruction. That's it. Hindu Trinity, no? Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Creator God that must maintain or sustainer, Vishnu, and Shiva, the destroyer. But you are the same, three in one. It is you who create, it is you who sustain, bless, and you who consume. So this is you. Namami Sarvan Tarasam Pratishtha. I salute you who reside in the heart of all. So here it says 43. What shall I speak about your extraordinary nature? I do not know even the slightest of your profound secrets. You are very Lord of creation, sustenance, and destruction. I salute you, the one who is well established in the hearts of all. Okay? So we can end here.
Gita 11th chapter also will say all this.
Gita also 11th chapter after
Seeing
seeing the cosmic form, Bhagavan Arjuna praised like this. Exactly. Many words are the similar word.
Tamaksaram Paramam Veditavam Tamasya Visasataram Vidhanam
Hmm.
Tamam
Yeah. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Paramastu. So we ended in verse number 43, no? Yeah, 43. We'll start 44 next day. Okay, the question is because it is difficult to extract the Atman from ego, mind, and body. Several times a day, I try to see the physical, mental, and ego body as equivalent in value to all other Maya. Is this okay? Yes, anything we see that is Maya. When you see Yatra itara itarang pashyati, itara itarang shinoti, itara itarang jigrati, tad dvaitam, tad alpam, tad martam, tad alpam, tad. So, whenever you see, one sees another thing. Yatra itara itaram pashyati, I see you. It is dvaita, it is duality, it is Maya. Itari itaram shinoti, I hear you. You are saying something. Even you say, I am hearing God vision. God is talking to me. Huh? That is also duality. That is also Maya. But pure Maya. This is impure Maya, that is pure Maya. Shaktika Maya. Huh? But it is Maya. Go beyond all these things. Yatra itaritarang pashyati, itaritarang shinoti, itaritarang jigrati. Huh? I have that smell. Whatever seeing, all the sense organ, whatever you do, that is Maya. You mentally you are hearing, that's also Maya. Mentally you are having some vision. That's why Vedanta goes to so far that your God vision is also Maya. Because you see two duality. When there is one, everything dissolves. One remains only one, and you are that, and you also not this small I, that I, indescribable I. Ramakrishna said, ripened I, paka ami. This is kacha ami, unripened I. Rabindranath Tagore also used this language. ওটা কি আছে? ছোট আমি, বড় আমি. Rabindranath Tagore, the beautiful article is that, আমি, বড় আমি, ছোট আমি. The big I and the small I. So this is the question. So long I am in the small I see another. Therefore, it is difficult to extract the Atman from ego. Yes, it is very difficult. Not intellectually we can do. We can use our intellect, but sadhana is necessary. That's why we do prayer, meditation, japa, chanting, dancing, singing, all these things, going to pilgrimage, going to holy people, so that our mind becomes little clearer and clearer and clearer. Then this truth will be more uh, palpably experienced. And then when totally the mind will be clean from everything, the cloud gone, you see the sun, shining sun. So, but ego, mind, and body, and several times a day we try to see the physical, mental, and ego body as equivalent in value to all other Maya. Yeah, this body mind is all Maya. We can analyze intellectually every day, but again, this does not stay with us. To make it stable in our life, that practice is necessary. Ramakrishna said, you on a uh, what you call in a pond or a lake, there is scum and it's full. Sometimes you will find some place, its scum is full. You don't see water at all. Neither you see the sun reflected there. But if you go, you try to splash it little by bichara, by discrimination, by analysis, by discernment. It may little, the water is clear, little bit, a small portion. But you leave your hand and it again the scum comes and covers everything. So that's why spiritual practice is very important. Not mere saying this, I am the body, I am not the body, not the mind. Many people make the mistake because we talk about high Vedanta, but we never know what are the preparatory stages we have to go through. I cannot go just into the university and say, make me a PhD student. I must have some background to get entry into the PhD course. Vedanta is very powerful, but Vedanta makes confused. We get sometimes confused that only through intellect it will not happen.
Prerequisite.
It will only, the prerequisites is necessary. Viveka Vairagya, Sata Sampatti, Mumukshatva. These are fundamental things. Viveka, are you really analyzing this unreal real? Mere analyzing is not. If you know it is not good, can you have the courage to throw away, to renounce, to detach, to leave it? Second, and then you can collect some spiritual treasures, self control, mental control, senses control, endure in the life. Little suffering, little pain will come. We get immediately reactionary. Just something someone says, and I get immediately excited and start fighting with it. Titiksha, endure, endure, endure. And Samadhi Sataka Sampatti and Viveka Vairagya Samadhi Sataka Sampatti Mokshatva. That intense desire for realization of God. I am not happy here. That does not mean I will not do my job. I'll stop my business. No, I'll do everything. But internally, I'll be craving for the higher truth. So these are the fundamental conditions. If we pay attention to this, then it will be more joyful life. And that is Vedanta will flourish in us. Only intellectually or I'm talking something, it is from intellect. But for your experience, you will have to dive deep and pray. And that's why the four yogas, which is placed by Swami Vivekananda or Sri Ramakrishna, that is the best medicine, best resort to reach this goal. In our real nature, we are connected to each other. How? Is this experience intellectual? Where is your experience? If you say, I am one with all, it's only samadhi stage you can understand. You cannot understand in this present level. Understand? Real nature. Real nature is only what is the real. Real, not the body, not the mind. not the ego. So real nature means what your question, very question what you have written, you have to put focus on that. In our real nature. If you say in your real nature, then you are not in the mind level, not in the body level, not in the intellect level, not in the ego level. There we are connected each other. Of course we are connected. That is only one. Infinite Pacific Ocean. How many billions, trillions of zillions of waves and ripples and bubbles are there? Huh? But am I not the ocean? So this is the idea. If the real nature, is this experience intellectual? No, this is not intellectual. What I am saying, it is intellectual. I'm describing that zillions of waves, zillions of created beings. That's intellectual. But experience, who will say then? What will you say? Your mouth will be shut. Ramakrishna used to describe sometimes what experience happens. And she says, after a certain time, mouth gets shut. Eh? Swami Sharadhananda is saying that how sincerely Ramakrishna is trying to describe what happens when the mind moves this plane to this plane. After a few words, boom. So that will happen. How does one reach oneness? Is oneness an experience? Yes, oneness is an experience, and we are to only by spiritual practice and going beyond intellect and beyond ego, that state can be achieved. Trace of ego, even? No. There is still, it is intellectual, or it's one step down. When ego will totally, Ami mole guchibe janjal. Ramakrishna used to sing that song and say, if I is little I, this petty I, connected with the body, mind, ego, and others, should die. And when it dies, then all realization will come. Another question: if everything is happening by the will of God, then someone getting enlightened or someone remaining bound in the world is also ultimately warranted by Him only. Yes, that's true. If you believe that, then you are done. If you know that everything is happening by God's will, you are a free soul. But is it your intellectual word or your experiential word? If you are experiential, you will say, Ramakrishna said, even the leaf does not move without the will of God. But that's a high state. To reach that state, we have to realize God. So that is true, but not for me at this point of time where I am in my mental level. When the mental level will be uplifted, then it will happen. So then being enlightened only means not in the messes of Maya only, but always under the will of God and not independent of it. Uh, enlightenment comes by own effort. And when we find that our own effort does not work anymore, I tried, then surrender. And when you surrender and ego dies, I am nothing, 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 then God's grace comes. But first we have to tire our wings, as Ramakrishna gave the example. The bird was sitting on the mast, and the sea could not went into the sea, and finding no land, flying this way, that way, that way, that way, and surrender. Try our best, and then exhaust our wing, and then we'll surrender. Then will come the realization. Is oneness reflected in karma law? In karma law, you are talking about duality. Why do you do karma? Three things are coming. One, you are the doer. Another, you want to reach a goal, and there is some procedure to do. Karana, karma, and karta. Karanam karma karteti tridaiva gunabhedata, there in the Bhagavad Gita. To do, when you do karma, I will do, there will be some person to do. There is some goal, I want to reach this goal by this karma. And you do some instrumentality. Panchaitani Mahavaho, Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita says, 5 are the causes of accomplishment of any karma. I will not go to that, it will be delayed. But the question is that oneness is reflected in law of karma. Oneness is reflected everywhere. But law of karma, when we talk about, it is in the in the world of duality. This law works here. In the absolute, where is the law? For whom is the law? Who will implement the law? For whom he will implement the law? But the question of law comes there. So in oneness, absolutely, there is nothing. But when you separate out from that and come into the duality, then law. And then there is a action, reaction, Newton's law of motion, third law of motion. You do equal and opposite reaction. All these things come over here. So karma comes there. Okay, thank you all. See, tomorrow will be gospel class. Swami Medhananda will be giving the class. And what is the topic? I forgot that. But anyhow, Swami Medhananda, he will be speaking tomorrow. Thank you.